goals without a plan. Many of you know my favorite book. If you've listened to this for a while, the podcast, you know my favorite book is The 12-Week Year. You have to get it. It basically tells you how you can do projects that would take a year, how you can get them done in 12 weeks. What you think takes a year when you're doing your yearly planning actually only takes 12 weeks. And they talk about goals without a plan. And I want to get into something that may kind of seem elusive to you, but it's super important, not just for you, but for the people that you lead. All high performance starts with a vision. I'm going to say that again. All high performance starts with a vision. Whether you see the 1% athletes, hedge fund managers, whatever you see in that top 1% elite people performing, they all have a super strong vision. If you stand a chance of achieving greatness, you are going to need a compelling, keyword, compelling vision. What does a vision look like? A vision is you operating, to me, this is what vision is, to you operating in your higher self with your unique gifts, abilities, and talents that only you have. No one can compete with you. You have, I believe, whether you want to say God, universe, whatever, I believe God has put in each and every single one of us specific gifts, abilities, and talents that can literally change the world. If you're physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially at a 10, and you're operating in those gifts that you have, and you have a vision to be selfless with those and to serve others, you are unstoppable. You say, well, yeah, it's cool to have a compelling vision, but how do you translate the vision into a plan or goals? Well, you've got to get specific and measurable goals. You've got to write them down. You've got to understand that whenever you look at a goal, it has to have a plan. Goals without a plan are pipe dreams. In plans, specific plans, getting out that whiteboard, whether it's on digitally or whether there is nothing greater than having a whiteboard at your house. That sounds so silly, but I love taking my whiteboard out. I have it on a stand, taking it out, sitting it in my office, and brainstorming by myself. If you want to take your vision, get goals, and make a plan, you're going to have to do that with yourself personally and with those that you lead. Everyone in your team should know your goal. Should know the goal of the business, should know the goal of the team. They should not only know the goals, they should know the vision, and they can roughly kind of give you an idea about the plan. You have shared the vision, the goal, and the plan so much that every single person knows. You cannot overshare. We think we are because we're narcissistic, so we think everybody listens to us, but they don't. Majority of people don't listen to 90% of the things you say. That's why repeat over and over and over and over again. Ask people, what's important to you about the goal of our team? What's important to you about the goal of our company? Well, boss, I never really thought about it. The goal is this, and this. Yeah, what's important to you about that? They need to claim ownership of the goals, the plan, and the vision. Many people are disillusioned with planning because they never actually implement the plan. Planning is the exercise. Think of physical exercise, lifting weights. Planning is the exercise that gives shape. You're getting in shape. You're working it. That's the plan. Doing the exercise, executing, that gives shape to your vision and goals. Now, the 12-week book gives you an outline on how to be effective. It creates focus. It creates clarity. And it takes it over a brief period of time. We can all deal with a 12-week period. So it takes your one big goal, that vision, and it lets you, it kind of, and it's beautiful. You can buy the workbook and the book on Amazon. Super cool to go over. Go through it. Get your whiteboard out. Make a vision for yourself. How much value do you have in you? How much value do you have in your leadership? Stop winging things. Stop being reactive to life and start being proactive. And that's planning it out. Being proactive gives you the ability to say no to things because it doesn't align with your vision. It gives you the ability to execute on things that go and align with that plan and those goals and that vision. And anything else to be damned. I don't care about anything else. I do not care about anything else. This year, what I'm doing, specifically what I'm doing, I am going to focus 100% on that, and everything else is a no. That's how ruthless and disciplined I am in accomplishing my vision. And usually what happens is when I get ruthless about it and I get disciplined about it, I accomplish it quicker. It's way easier than I thought, than my ego thought. I usually don't procrastinate. I'm not lazy, and I get it done way quicker than I thought. Isn't that amazing how powerful we are? How powerful you are when higher self begins to operate? And whether you want to say higher self is the subconscious and it's in your brain and you want to be an atheist and talk about psychology, that's fine, or it's patterns and biases that you have, whatever, or whether you think it's woo-woo or whether you think you're filled with the Holy Spirit or it's God or the universe, I'm talking about tapping into that which you know is the best of you. Planning makes sense on a long term, but I'm talking about weekly and daily. What are you going to do to accomplish this? And I guarantee you, whatever you decide to do, you can do it. If it aligns with your gifts, talents, and abilities. At 50 years old, I'm not going to the NBA. That doesn't align with my gifts, talents, and abilities for right now, for who I am. I can play basketball. That's kind of fun. I'm not going to, even though I enjoy it. I played it in high school. I played it in my 20s. I'm not going to do it now because it doesn't align with what I want to accomplish. Physically, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get into pickup games. I've tried those a few times. It's just not something. It's a low priority. So I'm just going to say no when someone wants to play basketball with me. There's certain things that you need to say no to, and you know it because it doesn't align with your higher self. It doesn't align with your vision and purpose. And if you don't know what your vision and purpose is, if you don't know what those gifts and abilities and talents that you have, you need to start asking yourself and gain clarity. You need to get the whiteboard out. You can buy a whiteboard as cheap as $20. That's what it costs to eat at McDonald's. So stop eating at McDonald's and get a whiteboard. Skip a meal and get a whiteboard and start writing on you, specifically you. And write talents, gifts, and abilities, and start writing the list down. Those are your zone of genius. That's what you need to operate in. And I guarantee you, you will start seeing greatness in your life. And once you get the momentum going, it's like a big snowball of greatness. It becomes easier and easier and easier. You get more confidence, more confidence, more confidence. Next thing you do, you are accomplishing amazing things that you thought that you could never, ever accomplish. That is the beauty of getting a clear vision.
Thank you for joining us on the Albuquerque Business Podcast. And thanks to our sponsor, RigbyDigital.com. Make sure to subscribe and share. And go to abqpodcast.com. Get show notes, resources, and links to everything we talked about today to help you navigate your journey as an entrepreneur and business owner.